Hi, I'm Terry Ballard. I'm the Special Projects Librarian at the College of New Rochelle in New Rochelle, New York. I have chosen The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Steinbeck is a writer that I've been reading since my college days. I'm probably of the two contemporary writers, Steinbeck and Hemingway. I think Hemingway may have been the more artistically perfect writer, but Steinbeck has always been the writer I went back to. So here's a passage from The Grapes of Wrath. The sun lay on the grass and warmed it, and in the shade under the grass the insects moved. Ants and antlions to set traps for them. Grasshoppers to jump into the air and flick their yellow wings for a second. Slow bugs like little armadillos, plodding restlessly on many tender feet. And over the grass at the roadside, a land turtle crawled, turning aside for nothing, dragging his high-domed shell over the grass. His hard legs and yellow-nailed feet threshed slowly through the grass, not really walking, but boosting and dragging his shell along. The barley beards slipped off his shell, and the clover burrs fell on him and rolled to the ground. His horny beak was partly open, and his fierce, humorous eyes, under brows like fingernails, stared straight ahead. He came over the grass, leaving a beaten trail behind him, and the hill, which was the highway embankment, reared ahead of him. For a moment he stopped, his head held high. He blinked and looked up and down. At last he started to climb the embankment, front clawed feet reaching forward but did not touch. The hind feet kicked his shell along, and it scraped on the grass and on the gravel. As the embankment grew steeper and steeper, the more frantic were the efforts of the land turtle. Pushing hind legs, strained and slipped, boosting the shell along, and the horny head protruded as far as the neck could stretch. Little by little, the shell slid up the embankment until at last a parapet cut straight across the line of march, the shoulder of the road, a concrete wall 4 inches high. As though they worked independently, the hind legs pushed the shell against the wall. The head upraised and peered over the wall to the broad, smooth plain of cement. Now the hands, braced on top of the wall, strained and lifted, and the shell came slowly up and rested at the front end of the wall. For a moment, the turtle rested. A red ant ran into the shell, into the soft skin inside the shell, and suddenly the head and legs snapped in, and the armored tail clamped in sideways. The red ant was crushed between body and legs, and the one head of wild oats was clamped into the shell by a front leg. For a long moment the turtle lay still, and then the neck crept up, and the old humorous frowning eyes looked about, and the legs and tail came out. The back legs went to work, straining like elephant legs, and the shell tipped into an angle so that the front legs could not reach the cement plane. But higher and higher the hind legs boosted it until at last the center of balance was reached. The front tipped down, the front legs scratched at the pavement, and it was up.